Hi, everybody. Welcome to the second segment, episode 266 of Sold with Updike Pugh. I'm Jeff Updike.
Hi, I'm Weston Pugh. And today we thought we would talk about the economic impact of a typical home sale in Texas.
So I've been saying for several years, because this was an NAR statistic, and it was granted, it was probably a 5-year-old statistic, and I've been there that every home sale has about $60,000 worth of economic impact on average. That is not true anymore.
And so we're going to go through and kind of explain more what the economic impact indicators are to help you understand how we get to this number, because this number was a lot larger than I thought.
It really is. So the real estate industry in Texas is $453 billion, which is almost 18% of our gross state product, the GDP of our state.
Which is huge. And then the other thing that I was thinking about that we didn't add to this, if you are not from Texas or you're not from this area, I think, what is it, like 80% of the people that live in Texas live in the triangle. From like Denton down to San Antonio and Austin, over to Houston and back up. And it's the triangle.
Yeah.
And if you look at that on a map, that is like not even a third of Texas. But that's where everybody lives right now.
So the total economic impact, average economic impact of a home sale in Texas is over $112,000. And what we mean by that is, so for every transaction that closes, this is the ripple effect that goes on, because everybody buys furniture, everybody has to buy drapes, everybody has carpets redone, it's all of those things that really kind of wrap around.
So if we kind of take that $112,700 and break that down, so the first category, that is going to be income generated from real estate industries. So that's going to be like the title companies, that's going to be
mortgage fees, it's going to be realtor fees,
surveys, inspectors, all of those kind of step into this pool, and that is actually makes up 31,400, which is roughly about 28% of that 112,000.
And the second is the expenditures, which is really kind of furniture, remodeling, things like that, and that is 4.8% of that total economic impact.
And that number actually surprised me, because I would think that in the next coming years, that number is going to grow astronomically, because so many people have just decided to stay in their houses and build. So it's only $5,000, which seems really low to me, because I don't even know if you can get your house made in Dallas for $5,000.
Not much anymore.
Not much.
And the multiplier of housing-related expenditures, the fact that income earned on other segments of the economy as a result of home sales then recirculated, was $17,690 per transaction.
Yep. So new construction is the one that makes up the bulk of this. And that makes up like 51.6%, and that's 58,000. And you have to think about this. New home construction has so many line items. There are so many people that contribute to that one single house getting built. Now multiply that times the neighborhood. Now multiply that times each one of the areas in a county, and it really gets large. In Texas, with as much land as we have, especially in some of those northern excerpt, Kaufman County, Collin County, we're seeing that to be really, really a large number, probably even greater than that. But across the state, it's this.
And there's new home construction sold for every 6 existing home sales.
And I think that, and I would say that number is dead on for Dallas. But, when we were going through the break in the supply chain in COVID, and we couldn't get new construction built fast enough, and it just really impacted existing sales. And it was at that point that I realized how important new home sales is, because you can't afford to live in Dallas if there's no new home sales in exurbs and suburb market.
Yeah, and I would bet that really fueled the short-term rental market here.
Huge. That was a tough time.
Yeah, I had in my Airbnb, I had a couple that came and stayed for 8 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. They started out, and they were only going to come for like 3 weeks, and their new construction kept getting pushed off and pushed off and pushed off. And
Well, so what else that we did is we dug around and we were able to find some of the other city or other states and look at how we kind of stack up. And as you would guess, California is going to be the largest.
Yes.
So California is the impact in totality is $678 billion. Now here's what it's interesting: $678 billion is only 17.1% of their economy.
Crazy.
That is a huge economy.
Yeah, and you know, it kind of also reflects housing prices, where housing prices are in California.
Yeah.
You know, we're still a relatively inexpensive place to live comparatively.
I would agree with that. But the impact that it makes is a lot of money. Florida was also a really large one at $381 billion, but that is 24% of their market.
Mm-hmm. And they're in their market. It generated $123,000 per transaction.
It was very interesting. It was very also interesting to see that, like, the one that didn't surprise me is West Virginia. The whole impact is only $14.4 billion. That is way off the market. I wonder what the prices are on that house.
Interesting.
So, lots of good information.
So I hope you found this interesting. If there's any other topics that you want us to talk about, just put it in the comments below. We'll figure out how to do it.
Thank you so much. And just remember, we want to be realtors for life.
When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be realtors for life.